doing twin block.
Do it the way you want to do it.
It's gonna fall off of them.
What's the right length for these things?
I don't know, I just twisted the whole thing.
Use a Leatherman.
Okay.
You do one or two.
This one. And why did you go live? Huh? I know, but why are you live?
Just this. It's, fire's nice and frogs are nice. Birds are nice.
It's kind of boring TV. Sorry. It is. I'm sorry.
It is the fire.
It's a fire.
The fire.
Watching your Western restaurant.
Yep. It's getting soft.
So YouTube gives you rights to go live and now they can take them away, you know.
Peacocks are talking. No, Mom.
No, I didn't get that.
Yeah, you have that end right there, and that was on my arm.
No, you said it on there. You have marshmallow arm. Not me. How was it?
Squeaky.
I'm still my milk. Oh,
Oh, look at that on me.
let's see that front.
Oh, you.
Give me some music. Dude.
Those frogs are music. Oh, that bird just came up from my.
Turn your door down. People.
Perfect. Oh, I need some more.
When you're done doing mud, tell me and I'll come back out. If you're saying say hello.
You're watching it there.
Yep, I just looked you up just to see what they're saying. They said that you better say hello.
Hello. We're out here just chilling with the fire, listening to the critters. Supposed to say hello. Fewer words are better. All right, so who's there? I don't know how to tell. Oh, just Vicky. Hi, just Vicky. The comments just went away. All right. You see me? Let's see. It's pretty delayed. So we got Just Vicky. Hi, Just Vicky. Coco Bear. But Bubba is on. Yeah, we're chilling. It is kind of quiet. The birds and the frogs are making noise. That's what I really like. Mm. Just Vicky says she's in trauma mode. Oi, sorry to hear that. Yeah, my wife's not gonna want to get on here. Oh, blood just in my eye. Yeah, she's not gonna want to be out. So we're just out chilling by the fire, listening to the frogs stuff. I don't think you really want to watch me, so I'll get out of the way. I'll get over to the side. We'll just watch the fire. We'll just be like friends hanging out by the campfire. Yeah, it is a nice night. It's only about 80 degrees out. Not much humidity. I'd rather watch. I'd rather watch a fire than watch TV. Started to watch a motocross movie on TV today, and I was just like, I'm not even interested. I'll bet Bub is always popping. You don't have to have this one as the primary one. You just have a little one over here. Just some ambiance off to the side while the world is falling apart. Nukes! Iran! Israel! Fire's pretty cool. So that was a juniper branch that broke from the last heavy snowfall. Yeah, it's falling apart. Or falling together, as they say. Jan Markell. And then everybody copies Jan Markell with it. It's not falling apart, it's falling together. True story, God's in control. It's nice to have a little serenity. I like Jan Markell too. She's been going at it for a long, long time. She's an OG prophecy person. Yeah, she's been doing it so long. She's got a good system down. She's got a good reputation. She's got good guests. I hope she makes the rapture. Yeah, Jan is a gem. You know, it kind of is upsetting when people get all upset about different people.
I have to hold on to it.
Oh, the guinea pig is coming out. You want me to introduce you to the guinea pig?
Here's a little guinea. This is Blaze. It's a little blazer. This is
He's Blaze because he's got that
I
white
see
blaze
him?
on his now. Yep,
You can see him on there?
yep. It's delayed.
Oh, can you see him?
Right here.
Little
You got
Blaze?
up a little higher. There you go.
Alright.
Right there.
Little Blaze.
Perfect.
It's
He's
Blaze.
a cute little piggy. Yeah.
Little blazer.
Mel's really good with taking care of the guinea
Alright,
pigs.
there you go. Hold on to
Oh.
Blaze.
Am I holding on to him
I
while
have a clean cage.
he's clean? Frogs are getting louder. So, just Vicky and Coco, who is your favorite? Is it Jan? And now we got peanut butter coming in. Blaze and peanut butter are two little guinea pigs. You gotta introduce him too.
This is peanut.
They're brothers. How old are they?
You see peanut butter?
Maybe a little lower.
Lower.
There you go. That's peanut butter. 3 years? 4 years?
4, probably 4. How long's Grant been out of school?
Since 2020.
Probably 4 years. You want to hold on? Oh yeah, him hiding in the
Put 'em in
blanket.
there. Yeah, he's a little guy. They got long nails. Should I cook them? Put them over the fire? Yeah, we clip their nails from time to time. They don't like it. They freak out. Oh no. Hold you up. Alright. And then this is the puppy dog. Yep. Yeah. She goes with me everywhere. Everywhere. To work every day. Yeah, I think what we're missing is a few campfires. This is so non-committal. I love all the Watchmen. Yeah, you gotta have a few that are like a little higher on the scale than the others. Like obviously you know that I like Andy Woods, I like James Cadiz. I like those guys. They take a literal interpretation of Babylon, by the way. Yeah. I think Tom Hughes is the is the go-to center guy. Those who are in the Tom Hughes circle, they're all solid. I really like Lee Brainerd. Jack Hibbs, yeah, for an online pastor. Cadiz, Holthouse, Woods, Tom Hughes. Yeah, those guys are good. Tyler, Pete, Cooch. I used to watch Tyler quite a bit. Pete, I watch quite a bit. Is it Cooch or Chooch? I don't know. I don't watch him. But I'm sure they're lovely people. Chooch. Chooch. Yeah, I've had people I've watched that have kind of come in and out. When I was a kid, I used to listen to Steve Brown. I used to have tapes be sent to me from Key Life Ministries, Key Biscayne, Florida. I used to listen to his stuff all the time. Stuff on KPDQ radio in Portland, Oregon. I used to listen to a lot of that stuff. James Dobson, Jack Van Imp, Hal Lindsey. I never really knew Hal Lindsey until recently, and everybody talked about how the late great Planet Earth had influenced him. And then I was like, I should probably read that book. So I did the Audible version of it. It's pretty good. So many people, even in our prophecy class, a couple of people have, well, not so many, but a couple of people have mentioned that Hal Lindsey was an influence on them coming to Christ and being interested in prophecy. Yeah. What do they say? If it's true, it's not new. If it's new, it's not true. Jack Van Imp is. Yeah, I've always listened to a lot of the CSN, used to be Calvary Satellite Network. When I was driving around doing jobs in a van, always listening to all those Calvary guys, and then they just changed it to Christian Satellite Network. So a lot of that's how I found out about Chuck, not Smith, but oh my gosh, his name's dropping me. Josh Peck, yeah, Prophecy Watchers, those guys are good. Chuck Missler, thank you. I always called him the, of course, obviously guy, because he says it's all, of course, obviously. But he is a thinker. I wish I knew him years ago. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Greg Glory. Greg Glory is a good one. He was one I used to steal from when I was doing youth ministry. A lot of good stuff from him. Yeah, a lot of the people I used to listen to were, I mean, they're all like God fearing, God loving people, but they were, and I didn't know it. Calvinist. So I had a very Calvinistic mindset, and then started learning more about it, and just kind of, what is it? What is it? What does it mean? Why do people not believe in it? And I just like, I think I find it. I don't really believe in that stuff, so I moved away. I still highly respect a lot of the Calvinist teachers, smart men. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, you guys are my back porch fire buddies, and not here. To be able to have a church you can go to that you're not at, it's kind of crazy. Everybody's doing live stuff on their church website, so you can feel like you belong to that church. So in order to get the comments going, you have to say, no, it's not made for kids. So according to the settings, it's not made for kids, but it's just fire. Yeah, I like Pastor Brett Metter. I used to live in that area, and the church I used to work at was, before I started working there, I was going there, and Athey Creek was a church that we were considering going to. I really wanted to go there, and I also really wanted to go to our church, and we ended up going to the church I worked at for a while. It's Eastridge. It's an evangelical covenant church. Did that for quite a while. I really like book by book, chapter by chapter, verse by verse stuff. It always seems to be so relevant no matter where you go. Like, if you wanted to do a topical thing because you feel like the church needs to head in a certain direction, that's fine too, but it just always seems to fit when you just go through the Bible. Brett Metter was part of, his parents had picked out a guy I really like, John Corson of Searchlight. And so John Corson had a huge influence on Pastor Brett. So if you like Pastor Brett, you probably like John Corson and some of his stuff at Applegate. I think it's Applegate Community Church down in Southern Oregon. So I was just wondering, how many times is the word Babylon in the book of Revelation? Coco and I were debating on, what is Babylon? Is it the metropolis in the United States? Is it literal? 6 times. It's in there 6 times. Yeah, it's fun to be able to debate some of this stuff. I mean, we don't have to like convince other people or anything like that. I do like to debate though, even if it's not the side that I used to have to do that in debate class, and you'd have to argue a side, and then you'd have to take the opposite side. It could be. I mean, there's a host of reasons that it could be New York. I would never go say like it's 100% this, especially when we're talking about prophecy that is yet to be fulfilled. When we look back, we could be a lot more certain about things, but when it comes to things that's going to happen, it's hard. I mean, take the prophecy of the Messiah being born of a virgin. Virgin could just mean a young girl, or it can, mean the other. And it depends on the context. When God said that this will be a sign that she'll be a virgin, well, everybody. So it's you could say, oh, it's going to be a young girl, and it was, but one that hadn't had relations with a man. So it was both. So sometimes we get in the either or, and sometimes it can be both and. Yeah. The other thing with like trying to debate online is the person doesn't know where you're coming from. You can't like hear the influxes of voice and the facial stuff. You don't, the misspellings, all that sort of stuff makes things confusing. Yeah, that was Jesus being born is probably one of the coolest prophecies ever to be fulfilled. We have some really cool ones coming up. The cool thing about the fulfilled prophecies that had happened were that they were literal. They weren't allegorical or spiritual. And that's another just solid reason for like being able to take things literal into the future. That it's not necessarily something else than what it says. And I like what Chuck Missler said about like the times I've made a mistake. It was times that I didn't take the Bible literally enough. That's kind of stuck with me. Oh, it's soon. It's soon. Paint and carpet. I think it's soon, but I just think it's a little bit further out than like this summer. I mean, we don't know. It'd be a time we don't expect, right? So if you expect the time, it wouldn't be then. So it's hard to say what it's going to be. Yesterday or last night, I posted a song by PID, and they're doing the rapping. It's an '80s Christian rap, and they're rapping to the books of the Bible. And then they're at the end, they're talking about Revelation. They're talking about the rapture, rapture, rapture. I've been looking forward to the rapture pretty much all my life. There was another band. It was also they were called the Raptures, a Christian rap group. Been looking forward to it, but I didn't think it was too likely that it would be in this lifetime. Now I think it's highly likely. Yeah, a normal day. You think should I put some more logs on the fire? Some more logs on the fire. I love the smell of juniper burning. That's my papa dog. How's Bubba doing? He done? He over? Yeah, you can almost smell it. Yeah. I like campfires too. One of my hopes when we get to heaven, and I asked Jesus this a million times, is I just want to be able to have the ability to play campfire music on a guitar. I don't have to be a rock star. I just want to be able to like do campfire music. Bubba's still going. Tell Bubba hi for me. I'm chilling by the fire. Bubba's solid too. Oh, that was the other guy. He is the. I always forget his name. Bubba's really like the other guy. Oh, I'm so bad at names. Prophecy Depot guy. What's his name? He says Prophecy Depot like Home Depot. Oh, Coco. You should have two things going. This is just hanging out on the porch. I don't want to steal Bubba. Yeah, I like hanging out too. I think this is what might be missing. Just hanging out. Once you get that deck done, you could probably do a fire in your back patio or near. You don't have to do it right on there. You can have drinks and snacks on your patio and or is that not allowed with the HOA? I could see that. Yeah, you got California. We're in a drought all year long, even if it's raining. No fires. There's people around. Yeah, they're not going to allow it. So, Just Vicky, what got you into the prophecy? Hmm. That's cool if your mom and dad got you into. That's really cool. My mom and dad were believers, and so we went to church, and so we did church all the time. That's, I think for me it was just when I was like just reading the Bible, and then I got to Psalm 22, and it sounded a lot like the crucifixion of Jesus, and I was like, man, this sounds so similar, and it's so old compared to the gospel, and just started seeing that there was a lot of stuff that's predicted in the Bible, and that got me interested. And I always liked Revelation. Wasn't too keen on people who got really weird about it with all their little flanographs and Antichrist and all that sort of stuff. But I did like a lot of the Revelation and Daniel stuff. I've made Daniel 12:3 my life verse, which that stuck with me when I was in high school. Like, I'm just gonna make that my life verse. I still consider it to be my life verse. Daniel 12:3. Yeah, it's a journey. This walk. Sometimes we're tight. Sometimes we're not so tight with the Lord. I tell you about. I don't think I did. I told a couple people. Um, it's weird, like how God could talk to you about things. A lot of times you pray for things, and sometimes you just don't hear things or whatever. But I had this issue at work. I was working on a van. It had an electrical issue. Trying to solve it, couldn't figure it out. Took it forward. They couldn't figure it out. Come back to me, and I'm disassembling things, and then I finally find the problem. I broke some wires when I was putting some stuff together. So I fixed the wires. I put it back together, and I still had a problem. And I was just like, I don't know what it is. What is it? And then we ended up going to Disneyland, and I'm walking around thinking about it the whole time down there. And I'm like, God, I have no idea what it is. You gotta solve this for me. You gotta do something. And I heard, check both ends of the wires. And I'm like, what? So it's just like, check both ends of the wires. So I'm like, all right. So we get back to the shop. I go there and I check. There's two wires that were broken. The first wire that I picked up, I checked it on one side. It had a low voltage of like 2.8, just kind of flashing. And on the other side, it was like barely anything to make a light go off. Check the other side, 2.8. Check the other side again. I'm like, no way. So I cut that section out that I fixed, refixed it, and it worked. I was like, thank you, Lord. So I went into my office, just got down on my knees. I was just like, thank you, Jesus. This is so good. Thank you for mentioning that to me when I was in Disneyland. It was crazy. Yeah, it wasn't my thought because I was really certain that fixed it because it's a solder connection and it's like a really good connection on there. So I was like, man, I fixed that. And of the two problems, one of them got fixed, but the other one didn't. So I knew there was a change. But God's like, just check both sides of the wires. It was crazy that he knew what I needed, knew what I was saying, and knew really what the problem was. But I still had to like figure it out. It makes you just go, God's watching and God knows. He sees it all. Yeah, he sees it all. He sees it all. The good, the bad. He knows it in advance, all at the same time. I don't know how that's even possible. There's a lot of people out there. 8 billion, 9 billion. He knows every little intricacy of every person now and who's ever existed. How's that even possible? Yeah, my mind gets blown too, just me. I can't think about it for too long. Yeah, we were doing our prophecy series. It was 5 classes, and we did heaven, hell, and the millennium. Those topics kind of blow my mind too. Eternity in one place or another, just I can't even handle thinking about eternity in heaven, but to think about eternity in hell is just my mind can't even go there. Yeah, God is so amazing. What make a list of the downsides of turning to Jesus. What does that list look like? What's the downside? There's no downside to turning to Jesus. He's so good in every way. I don't know. I don't get why people wouldn't want to do it. Hey, Caterlin. How are you? We're just sitting by the fire. There's some s'more stuff over there on the table if you want some. The milk. Here. The milk is mine. All right. Yeah. So, cheers. You're gonna have to get your own. How am I supposed to share? This is real milk. So how was your Saturday? Was it good? It was hot. Yeah, my daughter. It was. We talked to her. I think she said it was like 102 where she was at. It's getting warm. She's got a place she can go swimming near her, which is really nice. Yeah, I should be working on the garden. I didn't do that. Kind of did a few other things today. Hope you got AC in your house. When it's 100, 105, man, My house has never had AC for the longest time, and then when I finally did, I'm like, man, this is a game changer. I don't want to go outside now. We got a prairie dog now. We just found for the first time tonight. He's gonna want to eat our vegetables. So I just feel like I want to be able to like know how to garden because I don't know how. So I'm gonna try it. Let's do it. Failures and all. A ground hot. Oh, call it David. A groundhog. Yeah. David, 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 David. We got raccoons up there. There's a whole family that kind of come down. I had a little camera out there, and the raccoons would come down. They'll tumble around. I put deer block up there for the deer to eat. And they're always coming by, and I put cracked corn down here, and the turkeys like that. Six baby chipmunks. Oh, how cute. I love the critters. I love the critters. Let's see. I got something. See if you know how to use one of these. You know how to use one of these? I don't. I tried. But it's cool to have on the fence. I like it. This is a king rope. These are made in Sheridan, Wyoming. Everybody around here has a king ropes hat. Yeah, the birds, the squirrels, the chipmunks that God sends. It's I remember one time my aunt said that God had sent her a bird that day. She was looking for this bird, and God sent her a bird, and I was like, "You're just a crazy bird lady." But I'll do my morning stuff right there. You want a couple of them? I'll do my morning stuff right here.